right. Just getting a couple things done here. And I think we are good. How is everybody? Happy hump day. Got that on, got that on. Okay. Tonight we're going to be continuing on the 5-star stories, AUGE Machine Messiah. Did a bit more work on it through the week. Got pretty much all of this this side's sort of base veil unit done. Left side, the arm here is completely assembled, except for the hand. And I managed to fix the head, because as I mentioned in a past stream, I completely fucked that up. And had to basically repaint these two parts. Repainted the whole thing and repaint those two parts. What else? I've been working on the veils, which sort of go together like this. And we'll be doing more of those tonight. Doing the top piece for the veil units. Painting the gold on the inside. Masking and painting these pieces. And we're just going to keep working through the one side. I'm not going to actually attach the veils to the unit, which looks like this. Let's put him away. Which looks a bit like that. It's reached the point where it's pretty delicate to handle. Gotta be careful. Let me move the camera back a bit. Yeah, I've reached the point where there's some parts on here that are pretty fragile, but that's what the side unit looks like, essentially. Just tilt this a bit. So. like so. Pretty sexy. But I sort of made a blunder in attaching these sort of like spears, and they're just so fragile. I'm constantly accidentally picking them up and hitting them, and they're just snapping off. Like the glue is such a tiny little piece that is holding the glue, or is it, there's just a small little piece of glue holding them on, and they break off really easily. So as they break off, I've just been kind of leaving them. In fact, I see this one looks like it's no longer attached correctly, so I should probably just remove it because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose them. Yeah. Just take the glue off. I tried like a UV resin to glue them on with, just because it sort of instantly sets, and it doesn't really work well. So I'll go back in with cyanoacrylate and do it properly. Yeah, so we've got that. The other side is also coming along nicely. So that's all painted. That's all painted. I still have to paint this bottom piece here. That's gold. Should be gold. This guy just fits in there to give us that. These pieces break too. I'm grabbing it and accidentally putting pressure on these pieces, and they snap really easily. So I've had to do a couple little repairs on those. I don't think we're ready for that side yet. We'll keep going with this side. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to paint the inside of both of these. Let me just move this piece out of the way now. Anyway, I hope everybody's had a great week so far. I kind of treat these streams as an AMA. If you have any questions or comments, or if you're wondering about anything or any technique that I'm doing, or you just want to shoot the shit, feel free to text and chat. If you just want to lurk and watch, that's fine too. It's all good. So I'll just use some Tamiya bendable tape.
Cruising down Santa Monica Boulevard with the top down, Tear 23 has just joined chat.
How you doing, Tear? Tear's a subscriber, so she has a personalized intro. Did she like that? First time she's heard it. First time anyone's heard it. Mentioned that briefly on my last stream on Saturday, that I had another little trick up my sleeve for this stream. That was it. So if you're an active subscriber, you get an announcement. Whoops. It was a little loud though. I'm not sure what I can do about that. How are you tonight? Triple loved it. I'll play it for you again in a minute. Let me just get something done here. So it only plays once. First time you chat. Oh, this is hard. This is like working inside of an eggshell. Yeah, so currently I have 4 subscribers, and because I'm new, I'm a new guy, and they all have their own little intros, little Easter eggs to be unlocked if they show up and say something. Oof, this is hard. Was that good or what? Huh? I'll play it again in a sec. Just give me a minute. I went full on radio, dude. Let's not use that one. Hang on here. I just want to ban. I just need to ban some bots. I'm pretty sure this is a bot. Yeah, I thought it was kind of fun. Bit tricky to do, though. Here, let's listen to it again. Just going to turn this down a little bit, though.
Cruising down Santa Monica Boulevard with the top down, Tear 23 has just joined chat.
Fun stuff. So how was your day? Hope you had a good Wednesday.
Edgybat has entered chat.
What is wrong with me? Hey, Etchy. Did you enjoy that? I sort of hinted at this last stream, if you remember. Yeah, so anyone who's actively subbed to the channel, I'm gonna have an intro. I'm gonna do up a little custom intro chat. And I mean, some of them will be kind of generic, I guess. But if I know a bit about a streamer or a viewer, I'll try to cater it to them. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. I'll play it again for you in a minute if you want. It's perfect. See, I pay attention. I pay attention. I have a pretty good read of people. Just let me finish masking this side, and I'll show you both where things are at for like the overall progress here, because I've kind of been working at it a little bit. Need to get my mic in a better spot here. Working at it a little bit on the side these last few evenings, just trying to get some progress done. Yeah, right on. Ooh, no, shouldn't have done that again. You may have. I don't know if I'll have to look into that.
Edgy Pat has entered chat.
It's weird. I wonder why I did it again. Because it's on user join. Let me see here. Yeah, I mean, I triggered on player on user joined, and it shouldn't run it twice, but oh well. Yeah, good. I'm glad. Here, I'll play. I don't know if you're here, if you heard Tears, but I'll play that one. Give me a sec.
Cruising down Santa Monica Boulevard with the top down, Tear 23 has just joined chat.
So cheesy. It's like straight out of FM radio. That God. Right on. Drift has a good one too. So how are you, Etchy? Have you had a decent week? I missed your stream yesterday. I was choked. I got to put a little... My Twitch notifications just don't work. I'm one of those people. And I have really no reason not to make it down here and get that thing running. But... yeah, hopefully it was a good stream. I went back and watched the VOD. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to put it the ones I want to watch on my phone. They're just like in my calendar. You're on kind of right when I get home from work and doing family stuff. But no matter. The yeah, they're terrible. Just gonna get one more piece of just gotta do this little triangle in here, and then I'll pull the model out. Oops, that's wrecked. Yeah, hey, I mean, whatever works for your schedule, right? Like, that's right, I say schedule. Um, the I would like to stream earlier as well, but just it's difficult for me. Sorry about the hand in the way here. Some tricky angles. It's something you mentioned in your last stream, though, that I've sort of tried. I've just sort of worked down it a little bit this evening. Is closed captioning. So I've got. I think I've got that working right. I don't know. I haven't really thoroughly tested it, but you made some comments about how helpful it is when streams add that, and I thought, that should be a really easy thing to do. And so I've got it. I think I've got it working. It seemed like there were quite a few different ways of accomplishing it, and I just picked the one that I thought was sort of the simplest. Okay, so let's just put that aside for a second, and I'll show you show you guys the. Well, actually, I might as well just stick some of this stuff down too. Actually, no, I'll use this. Such precision. I try to be precise. Oh, you're on mobile? Okay. Like if I go and look at, I don't know if I can see it on mine. If I go into like, where would that be? Maybe the mod view? Just my channel? There's a couple like, there's sort of several options of which, you know, extensions, things that run in OBS. And I found one that actually just sends the, that sort of just sends the TTL, I don't know what you would call it, to the Twitch interface, so that you get the little CC button in the viewer working. Is it this? Yeah, it's weird. It's not there now. I had it going. But she ain't working now. Vinod Cart. How are you? How are you? So, do you prefer to be called just Vino or Vinod? V-Cart? I'm terrible with names, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with Vino. Vinod. Vino D-Cart? But listen, you have some amazing talent, sir or madam. Vinod. All right, Vin. Cool. Vin will work for me. Wow, your Instagram, you're amazing, dude. Your art is absolutely spectacular. I wonder if I can link that. Hang on. Actually, if you want to just drop the link to your Instagram in chat. And do you stream? Yeah, I mean, love your work. Super talented. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Thank you. Get rid of that. There's a delay on that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you'd do well, man. You would do well. Yeah. That got a follow right away. I spammed that follow button. Oh, and here's a shout out for Etchy. Boom. Boom. Another super talented artist. Definitely give Etchy a follow if you haven't already. All right, so let's just put that aside and let me just drag this stuff out. Okay, where is it? So I fixed the head, and the head is now attached. So if you remember, I was saying I completely screwed the helmet up. So this got a complete repaint, and unfortunately this part, the red sort of gemstone, as well as the AUGE logo, I painted them. They weren't part of the head originally, the helmet, we'll say, and so I had to mask those really carefully and repaint them while attached, which was annoying, but I got it done. I also attached these weird sort of ear pointy things, the elf ears. I don't know if I can jack up the gain here. Get a little, kind of kills my frame rate, but that's okay. So you can kind of get a better idea there. So this is all done. This is all done. So this is a resin kit. These weren't 3D printed. They were this is a Volks 5-star stories garage kit, resin kit, call it what you will, that you purchase. So the kits, I did not sculpt this. This is a kit that you purchase and you assemble it. It all comes like this, in pieces like that look like this, that are just cast resin. I think I have seen some suspicious looking, like almost what look like layer lines on this model. I have a feeling that the Volks stuff is, I have a feeling it's sculpted digitally, and then it's 3D printed using like they 3D print with high resolution jewelry, and there's very high resolution jewelry 3D printers. If you ever come across 3D printers that for some reason are like $30,000 and have a tiny little build plate that's like this big, those are the ones, right? They're just ultra high resolution. And I think they printed on that, and then they then make the molds out of those pieces. But it's all cast resin, so no printing. But yeah, there's been a few parts where I've noticed in certain areas a little bit of what look like layer lines on parts where, where there was a very shallow angle, so you had staircasing. Those ones show up, but you can't see any layer lines on anything else. So super high resolution. But yeah, so I got this done. This is all attached now. It's all epoxied on there. Little bit of a downward tilt on the helm. He looks pretty slick. And then the other thing that I've been working on are the side veils and arm pieces. Let me zoom out. So that's the right side. So that will attach to here. Like that. And then here, let's take this back. Like so. Okay. Give you a bit of an idea. And then the arm down, there'll be a hand on the end like this. And that just seats in here. Like that. Okay. The other side, the left side, is more impressive. I'll just show you guys that because I don't know if you were here at the very beginning of the stream when I was looking at that one on camera. But it's where I've been concentrated most of my time these last few days, is on the left side. So I've gotten all the way through this. This has all been epoxied from here right through. All of this is permanently attached now. And this piece actually will go here. Okay. And thanks, Etchy. And then if we attach it like that. There's some really annoying, I made a couple mistakes in like, there are these these like spears that are really attached, like head of a pin type surface area, attach them in. I should not have attached those yet. I keep breaking them off. So I'm just going to leave them for now. It's getting to the point where there's really only a couple spots I can pick it up without sort of messing it up. But I can show you, I should be able to show you with viewing the actual, like it does kind of stay together, even though the shoulder's not glued in. So I can put it on here. And just move the camera. It's because of my busy work area. I'll just stick this back here so you can get kind of an idea of the silhouette, what it looks like. And so this isn't even finished either. There's way more to that I can show you, because I do have one set of the shoulder veils done. I don't know if it'll stay in or if I can even get it in the slot in this position. Let me just take this off without breaking it. Yeah, that one's not going to stay on, but this will. That goes there. Maybe it'll stay in. We'll tempt fate. No, that piece isn't going to stay. But if I do this, and then this piece will be about there. Gives you an idea. So yeah, that's sort of what we're working on now. And of course, these pieces, the piece that I'm taping, sits up here. They're just massive, these side veils. In 5-star series, they call these shields, all the shields are called veils. Yeah, so tons of pieces. Like, get this set back up. You know, like this is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then all the spears. So like 28 parts to make that. And then these veils, I should actually be able to do this sitting down here. Hang on. Is that the right one? Yeah. So that goes there. Goes there. Of course, it's all black, so I can't see what I'm doing. Well, it doesn't Oh, there. Can I get it in? Yeah, so. Love it. Looks really good. I'm really happy with the way this is coming out. All right, so that's basically where we're at with that. And so it's just a matter of continuing with some of these parts. I'd like to get these ones done and out of the way, because I just got to do a little more gold inside of these. I mean, I don't know why I'm painting the insides of these. You can barely see them from the assembled kit, but I don't know. I'm a sort of a completionist. I'll know they're not painted if I leave them, and they will bug me for all eternity. It bugs me that my closed captioning's not working, because I mean, I got the thing running. I've got the app going. Is it not connected? Oh yeah, channel error. Okay. Configure. So if I hit update channel. Oh, that might have worked. Yeah, thanks for all the compliments there. It does. I am quite happy with it. You know, it's one of those things with these resin kits where there's just so much effort goes into the yeah, okay, there, it's working now. I've got a little closed captioned or captions button there on the player. Anyway, it's these resin kits. They're one of these things. I've mentioned this before. How they there's a huge amount of work that goes into the very beginning part of it, and they can be a bit deflating, right? Just the amount of shit that you need to do to get them ready, with the sanding of parts and whatnot. But once you kind of get to this stage where you're assembling it, oh boy, is it ever fun. Is it ever fun? Seeing progress on it, you know? Well, I mean, I'm sure that's true of almost any art, right? Like, okay. So we got that. Let's just keep going with this. Put some gold on it. Now, I do know that the captions will not work when I'm at my airbrush, because that's a different microphone, and the tool I'm using is locked to a mic. So I do know that. But you've seen how I airbrush. I'm usually there for exactly 3 seconds, and then I'm back. Yeah, exactly. It's getting close to the end of a project is when things always start to get exciting. You start to see the fruits of your efforts. Now there's one little piece in there. I forgot. Get this in here. For me, this one's really going to take shape once I can epoxy the hips into the legs, and which I think I'll do pretty soon. And when I start getting the arms epoxied on, then it's really going to be fun. For me, at least. And hopefully for you all, too. Oh, come on. I got that. Oh, Jesus. I cannot get that one in the right spot. A bit of a weird casting. This one spot. There we go. I don't know. I mean, I was saying I see layer lines here and there on the Volks kits, but you know, part of me is like, I don't know, because then there's these weird asymmetries. I think asymmetries is a word. Got to be a little careful. Some of this tape peels up quick, or quite easily. You look at it funny and it peels up, and then you get overspray, which wrecks shit. Got that in there. One more piece. Big stuff. But I mean, it's especially true, you have to admit, of resin kits, hey, Etchy? Like the, you know, just all the sanding and shit that you have to do at the beginning. Okay. I think we're good to go with painting this. Yeah. So let's go over there. Yeah, so we're using Alclad Gold, pale gold lacquer. I don't have Chad over here, so I'll catch up in a minute when I get back. This should not take long. Tiny bit in there. Turn my fan on. Okay. A little bit of air just to blow out any dust. Just going to use a louder fan here because this thing, the shape of this part, it blows the stuff right back in my face. A little too much air pressure. Should have checked that before I started, but that's okay. That's better. Done. Oh, totally even your own cast with multiple parts, though I do find the sanding therapeutic as long as it's not summertime. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Although my own casts, I would never, ever make something quite as crazy big as this. See a little bit of overspray. I got to watch it with the frog tape. It just doesn't stick very well sometimes. It doesn't matter really in the end, that overspray, because this part you don't even really see the inside of this part. So when you're sanding, actually, do you use like wet sand? Do you sand in like a water bath, or do you use like a vacuum cleaner? I've seen people use vacuum cleaners. I wouldn't mind drilling a hole in the bottom of the desk and hooking up like a dust extraction system for sanding. But I don't. It would be really loud. I don't have a quiet dust extraction system. Okay, just do it outside, yeah. Just in case anyone's watching who's not aware, resin is a known carcinogen. You should not sand it. You should not sand it indoors without either a respirator or some kind of dust extraction system. I mean, the few pieces that I've sanded on stream, you've seen me do that without any kind of protection. It's a cumulative thing, like most carcinogens, where you know, I mean, you're not gonna. Nothing bad's gonna happen if you do it once or twice, but if you're doing kit after kit after kit after kit, you will end up with problems later in life. Yeah, so there's that. Oh yeah, that would suck. That would really suck. Now, I mean, do you feel that you need an actual respirator outside, or can you could probably get away with like just like one of these, like an N95, you know, fabric might be a little cooler. Okay, we're just going to work on the top bits now. We got these two sort of eyeball things. This finish is Alclad black chrome. The black parts of this. Yeah, some disappointing overspray there. But whatevs. I've repainted so many parts on this that I no longer I no longer care. Just want to get it done. But the reason I don't really care is this. Let me just show you. Oh, well, yeah, if you're allergic to it, then absolutely do what you need to do. You can see that's, you know, all of that stuff I just painted, it's practically invisible. So okay. So we'll just mask around these two teardrop shapes here. I don't have problems really with the resin per se. the the kits, the hard resin that we get in these kits. But I do have some allergies to what am I trying to say? Sorry, my man brain has a hard time multitasking here. The 3D printer 3D printer resin. Hey, Tear, thank you so much for coming. Much appreciated, as always. 6 a.m. start. Ooh, I feel that. Oh.
Drift has connected to chat at 56K baud.
There it is. Sorry if that was really loud. Tear, have a great evening. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for your support, as always, and have yourself a great day. Have yourself a great day tomorrow. See, that was pretty good. I got that one. You see, like I was saying, I listen. Yeah, pretty fun, eh? So Drift, I was saying in a previous stream, well, on the Saturday stream, I think that I was doing those, and the idea is, if you're an active subscriber, you get an intro, you get a chat intro theme that I'm trying to keep original. If you're somebody who I've actually had a conversation with, and I know a little bit about your interests, I'm gonna try to tailor it as much as I can. As much as I can, considering we're just fellow artists, thousands of miles away from each other, who communicate through a strange live streaming service. But yeah. You're saying that you're considering starting up a stream for some retro computing, retro gaming. I thought, and we were talking there about all that the IF games, and you know what? I'm just like, okay, I got an idea here. It does two for some reason. Don't understand that.
Drift has connected to chat at 56K baud.
Yeah, super fun. That's a bug. It should not do that twice. I don't know why. I don't know. It's a Python-based chatbot, custom chatbot that I had someone make for me that listens in through the chat via IRC. And it's supposed to only trigger the first time, so when somebody joins chat. But maybe, I wonder if leaving and coming back will trigger it again. I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad to hear I nailed it. Thanks, Etchy. Yeah, it's latency. That's right. If I was running it at 196 KB, it would be fine. But it's because I'm using just 56. I need to see if I can dig out my old US Robotics, high speed. But I don't know where it is. Even if I did find it, I don't think I had the power adapter for it anymore. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that you think that's a good idea. It's kind of fun. It's easy to do. Well, I mean, it's easy to do for me. Easy enough to do for me. I know my way around an audio editor. And what's cool, we were talking about Epidemic Sound on the last stream there, just as a music source. That's what I'm listening to right now. But they also have a ton of like stingers and just sound effects in general. And so all of those intros are done with they're all royalty free, no copyright strike sounds. So kind of fun. I don't know if you heard Etchies. I could play that. And the voice is just me talking, and I don't know why I'm telling you that. This is probably pretty obvious. I went kind of creepy goth with etchies.
Etchibat has entered chat.
Spooky. So funny. Yeah, right on. Good. Good. Right on. They're really loud though, aren't they? I need to drop the volume on them. I'll just do that in the actual wave files, because they just played like through the desktop. Okay, so we'll just mask this up and paint her in there. Yeah, because I try to, like, even with my mic, like I'm peaking in the yellow in OBS, which is like around between 20 and say 10. But the difference is the wave files, sorry, like the music, the stingers, the tag, the intros, they've been compressed. So, and I don't mean like MP3 compressed or that. I mean like they've had a compression filter on them, which has normalized, like it's made them just overall, the overall loudness of them a lot higher, which I think is the issue. So I'll just drop the levels on them, and that should solve the problem. Because there's one thing I hate. I don't know if you're the same way, but I have a really hard time with streamers. Like, I've kind of become the person that I don't like with streaming, where there are a lot of people who stream and they have alerts that are just deafening compared to their mic. And I tend to, I stream late at night, and I listen, I listen late at night to streams. And my son's bedroom is directly above me. And when I'm not streaming, I don't like wearing headphones. So I only put the headphones on for the stream. And God damn, when somebody has like their mic so low, and then all of a sudden this piercing, alert comes on, and I'm leaping for the volume knob on the amp. It's brutal. Yeah, they're just streamers who it's really unfortunate, actually, because I like their content, but I just can't play them. Just trying to get in between these two, get enough material in between these two things, and then I'll just use the other tape on the outside. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's just, I don't know. I think some of them even do it on purpose, where they want to have they have scare alerts. A lot of the Gunpla guys do that. There's one Gunpla streamer, Addy Misk, who I really like his stream. It's really super chill, and he's a good conversationalist, chats a lot, and but he has these like all of his alerts, all of the subscription alerts, and they're all so loud. And I tend to just I still watch, but I just mute it. And then my other pet peeve is I don't know enough about Discord to even know if you can do it, but there are a lot of streamers who will have, they'll have their Discord open as well. And so there are these other people who are, chatting. And I've seen that done really well where it actually shows on screen. I guess there's some Twitch extension that lets you show who's actually talking at the time. But it's kind of bizarre to me having a streamer where you have all these other voices that they're having a conversation with. And all of those other voices, they are also, their levels are all over the place. And, like some of them are louder than the streamer. Some of them you can barely hear. Got to start thinking too about what the next thing I'm going to do is. Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's okay, like, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm more inclined to say that it's not okay. But, I mean, I don't, I'm very much a believer of you do you. And if you want to just jump on a stream and chat with your friends at the same time, that's cool. I guess maybe the difference between people like that and me is I try to figure out a way that sort of appeals to everybody. Well, it's funny from having a bit of a background in some of that. You can get away with shitty video, but you really can't get away with crap audio. It's just not doable, right? What's the barf? Oh, do you mean like the fact that he has the camera around his neck? You get motion sickness from that? Is that what you mean? Yeah. It's a bit, yeah. I mean, it's a neat idea, but I agree. I think for some people, I don't really have a big issue with motion sickness. But I can see how I live with people who do, and I could see how something like that would just be a non-starter. Nope. Not watching that. Yeah, you can have absolute potato quality video and still have something passable if the audio is good. Yeah, it's a shame. Because I really like his streams. They're good. I mean, hey, you guys know him. He's just a fun stream. Super talented dude. Cute dog. I respect somebody too who can do that, like something like that full time and earn a living from it. That's pretty impressive in my books. I think we're good to go on this guy. I have to do this though. I had to give him a little ooh-woo face. It needed to be done. Didn't miss anything. All right. Do I have paint left in that? Tiny bit. Put a little more. So I'm a lot more careful about gaps because this is this top piece. I can't afford to mess up here and have overspray. Should be good there. Golden eye. He should get a gimbal to attach to him himself, his head. He should make a gimbal helmet. He should collab with a techie streamer who can build him a gimbal helmet, gimbal cam. What kind of problems are you having? Is it that new resin or is it your FDM? Oh, weird. Weird. Does it happen regardless of what kind of resin you put in? Well, the LEDs though are going to be they wouldn't. I mean, I'm no electrical engineer. However, I do know a little bit, and I don't think you're going to have dimming with LEDs. LEDs tend to fail in a manner such that they will start to flicker. So you should be able to see that. If you just run a print with an empty vat and just keep an eye on what you see on the actual screen. I used to do that all the time when I suspected the UV LEDs in the Anycubic. So like the LED strips in my my spray booth, the OEM ones were garbage, and I replaced all of them. Like these pieces here. It has these LED strips that this sort of attaches up to the top of the spray booth, and they're just one of these like adhesive, under cabinet lighting strips of LEDs, right? And I would imagine it's something similar in your 3D printer, only UV obviously. But the failure mode of LEDs tends to be they'll start to strobe, which could also be if they're failing too, that could also be the issue, right? If it is LEDs. So what'd you say? Sorry. Calibration piece is printed just fine, but missing various details. It just wouldn't appear before overexposing. Oh, yeah. USB sticks. They're so fussy. Basically just, I can't remember the kind that I used. I think like the more high-end Kingston ones is what I ended up using with all of my printers when they were kind of running 24/7. Yeah. No, I can attest to that being that struggle being real. I've had varying success with certain cheaper USBs. And the same was true actually of the as I think of it, the same was true of the Pio Poly. It really is. It uses an SD card, and it was really picky about what brand you used. Okay. Next, let's do the other side of these. Oh no, actually I want to do this. So there's a little detail in here. So that shape there, I need to mask out. And I think we'll use the Tamiya tape for that. Yeah, that is strange. I mean, 3D printing, right? It's like, it's 80% tinkering, 80% troubleshooting. With my FDM printer, it printed beautifully for months and months and months and months, and then all of a sudden, absolutely nothing would keep that print stuck to the build plate. Just stopped sticking. It's the weirdest shit. And I basically just walked away from it for a month and came back to it and printed something, and it worked fine. It's just like, fuck you, printer. I hate you. Sorry, that sounded harsh, but God, they just take you to such fits of various states of depression and frustration. What a hobby. Not a clue. It just went away. Right? Which is just like in and of itself, it's like, okay, you know, the 3D printer gods said, you know, okay, fine, we'll let this one slide, but we're still not going to let you know why it was happening. And it might happen again. So bizarre. Yeah, I just don't know. So strange. It may have been some weird layer height issue with my setup. Like that's all I can think. Because you know I use a Duet microcontroller for the and RepRap firmware. It doesn't run on my CR10S4 doesn't run on Marlin. It runs on RepRap, which has a lot more. There are a lot more features, and one of them is the lead screws on, you know, like the CR10. If you recall, it looks like a Prusa. The Prusa printers, right, where it's the same kind of general architecture. But the I drive the two lead screws on the gantry, so the Z-axis steppers. They are there's one on each column, right? There's one on each side, and they're actually driven independently of each other through the firmware. And one of the things I can do to level things is I can actually when the Duet starts, it will go and probe as close to the right hand lead screw as possible, and then it'll go and probe as close to the left hand lead screw as possible, and it'll actually level like the gantry. It'll you know, it'll do it can actually, you know, level the gantry itself by independently turning or moving the lead screws so that it's the same height. So it's got a lot of features like that and things in it that are supposed to make your life easier. All I can think is that something was going awry with that aspect of it. But I mean, it's been modded so far from what it used to be that I don't know. It's just, I mean, you know how it is. You own 3D printers. It's just, they're rabbit holes. There's just so many variables. But RepRap firmware is so cool. There's absolutely no Arduino, no crap with having to compile stuff and flash firmwares, any of that shit. Everything, every single piece of configuration is done through G-code in a config file that it reads when it starts up. And so if you want to, so for example, there is a G-code file on the card called like home all. And there's another one for home X, home Y, and home Z. So homeall.g, homex.g, homey.g, and homez.g. And each of those files contains the code, the G code necessary to do those selective tasks. So if you push the home all button or you do a G28, it'll execute the G code that's in homeall.g. And you can change that to whatever you want. And you don't have to use a computer. You have to use a computer. Sorry, you have to edit the text files, but it's all just text files, and there's no firmware stuff done at all. The other thing that's really cool about it is it has what was I going to say? Oh, You can use you can program it with conditional G code. So you can like the RepRap firmware understands actual like programmatic syntax in the G code itself. So you can for your heat up routine, for example, you can actually put in code that says if the printer is already at temperature, or if the heater is on and it's heating up to a specific range, then don't bother, waiting to heat it up again. Just start printing. So it has a whole bunch of options like that that are pretty advanced. I had print adhesion issue that plagued me for a while, and I eventually realized that it was residue from NGen filament. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I really just stick to PLA. But I was suspicious of my filament though, because I tend to just buy like bargain basement cheap ass filament. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much disposable funds you're willing to throw at your 3D printer, but or how tech savvy you are, because the Duet, like, that's replacing all of the electronics, and doing a lot of wiring. But if you're into a big electronics project, the Duet, the Duet Wi-Fi boards are like, there's a reason the really expensive, the really expensive printers that you can purchase all use Duets. I mean, have you ever seen Decking Man's printer? I should find that. If you haven't, I should find that and just show you a video of that thing. Yeah, my dad, he's more or less switched to PETG as well. Okay, I'll find it. It's absolutely insane. It's probably the most insane 3D printer you'll ever see. Only really doable with with Duet hardware. Let me see if I can find it. Trying to find a good video of it here. Mute. Sorry, he's just so zoomed in here. Hey, Etchy, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming as always. I'll be back on Sunday or on Friday and again on Saturday. And yeah, drop in if you have time. I'd love to see you. I'm gonna definitely try to catch your stream tomorrow. I put it in my phone. I'll drop in and say hello, hello, hello. But take it easy. Have a great evening. And have a great rest of the week. Okay, here, this is one. Cheers. Okay, let's go over here. Full screen with this. So this guy is this is like a Core, what would it be? It's like a Core UV XY printer. So how do you explain it? Come on, zoom out. Yeah, so oops. Okay, here. So he's got two. So it's a Core XY, but he's got two gantries. So there's this one here, which actually has the print head on it. And above that is another gantry that's actively driven as well. Another Core XY gantry that holds the extruders. And the print head is a 5-color who's it by? It's like the diamond. It's the diamond 5-color, so it's like a 5-filament to one output color mixing hot end, and it's huge too. It's like the Z. I think it's got like a meter of Z height, or maybe more, but you can see it here. So those are all the heat sinks for each color. And he's doing like a color test. But I mean, if you think about it, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think there's about 11 or 12 stepper motors that the Duet hardware is all driving. And if we just fast forward a little bit here in the video, you can see what he's printing. That's what he's printing, just with one, doesn't need to change any filament, just doing it all at once. But yeah, it's Decking Man. He's this old British guy who used to own a fence company. And he's a little dry, British wit, but his like the stuff, his printer's just kind of, it's crazy. It's really insane. And then his more current videos, he covers some the more recent build. He's tried to do some motion cancellation, so he has a moving mass on top of it that moves in the opposite direction of the print heads. But yeah, they're kind of neat if you're interested in like really ridiculous technical level stuff. It's kind of fun. I won't bore you with any more of his videos though. They're kind of boring, but it's quite a printer. Yeah, he's kind of changed it a little bit. He's moved to Bondtech, and I don't think he's using. I think he's no longer using the diamond head. He's kind of machined his own, using some stuff from Slice. He's kind of secretive about it because he doesn't want it being copied. China copies. He doesn't want any China copies of it, which I'm not really sure if that's something he needs to be concerned about. But yeah, Decking Man. But what are we doing here? Get rid of that. No, it's completely hobby. And I mean the Duet, like if you look up just Duet 3D, that's the actual controller. They're quite expensive, but once you and there are actually clones. There are Chinese clones of it. It's open source, so they're legal clones, but they're not. You can't really vouch for the actual quality of the hardware used in it, but they are made using or following the open source license. But yeah, I mean, if you ever want to upgrade to more of an industrial sort of board, or if you're just building a really high-end Delta, or particularly if you're building like a super fast Core XY, the Duet boards are kind of a natural choice for the hardware, because they have very high quality drivers, stepper drivers, and they also have very fast ARM microcontrollers. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with the actual hot end. He's kind of weird. I mean, hell, he built a giant 3D printer. You've got to be a little strange. But yeah. He's a funny guy. It's one of those older dudes where they kind of just like it's like they, I don't know, when he talks, if you listen to some of his videos, he's not pissed off at stuff, but he's just kind of like cheesed off, you know, for lack of a better, like he just seems really disappointed at just life in general as he comments on his state-of-the-art printer. But fun guy. Yeah, just sort of just a little disgruntled at just stuff, at just life, existence. Kind of weird, but like I said before, you do you, you know. So close to this one's gonna be tough to paint. That's upside down. Yeah, that's pretty much him, right? Like, these are all unsatisfactory to me. I shall build a huge printer of my own. The oh shit, what was I gonna say? That'll do. Oh, I was gonna ask what how did the resin work out? The new resin you were testing. You happy with it? It was the hard stuff, right? A tough resin, I think you're saying. Man, nothing is sticking down. This tape just doesn't go over corners well. Oh, you think it's more brittle than... All right, I'll just do this really quickly. Yeah, I got to get mine up and running again. I want to print some of Michael Fechtenmeyer's, some of the Fitch and Foo stuff. Get going on that. I want to do that brick bike because I have a diorama idea for that. I have a great big, like, naked lady resin kit that I've ordered some fabric clothing for, like motorcycle kind of samurai, cyber samurai clothing for, that I'm gonna kit bash together like a helmet for, and do something like a little diorama in the future with her and that bike. Yeah, I mean, I got so far as to like actually start like digital sculpting my own motorcycle together, but kind of just thought just want to move on to other things, and never really finished it. And then I saw his, and I thought that's perfect. I'll just use that. All right, just gonna quickly spray this very carefully. I need to move the camera on the spray booth around to the other side. So I'm sort of miscalculated there, being right-handed. I'm always going to have the my left hand holding the piece blocking the shot. It's on the list of things to do for the stream. But at the same time, you know, priorities, right? I'm like, well, what do I do? Do I fix camera angles or do I code custom intros? Okay. I got that painted up. Okay, so we should be able to start gluing some of this side together now. I think we'll move on to some of that. I'm going to switch over to my other gloves. Let my hands breathe for a minute. So what kind of projects are you printing? Oh, right on. Right on. Okay, where did I put them? Oh, they're up here. That's no good. There we go. Yeah, that was a really nice piece. I grabbed a copy of Lychee Slicer, actually. I haven't really examined it thoroughly yet, but I will. Yeah, right, the Baba Yaga hut. Yes. Yes, indeed. It's coming back to me now. Oh, this music. Yeah, it looks pretty slick. I'll definitely check it out. Because all I've ever known really is Cheeto Box. and Form 3D, which was what I used for the PO Poly, because the PO Poly needed a special slicer because it's laser FDM, so it uses actual G code to move the laser around as opposed to just having a series of images. What do we need here? Epoxy. On the floor. Now, can I get a couple things down here so I can glue that to there? Let's get that piece in. And I think it goes on this way. Is that right? Just goes loose in there like that. So what would you say is the what are the advantages of Lychee over Cheetah Box? Is it purely like a user experience? It's just a bit of a more polished product? Or is there, or is like the support setup just better? And I was going to ask, have you tried using Prusa slicers? DLP stuff? That's good. I need to attach this onto here. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I mean, you don't really have access to the dev team for Cheetah Box, do you? They're behind the wall, so to speak. Oh, that's not the greatest fit. What happened there? Well, I guess I can shove that in. Yeah, this weekend I'm going to spend some time on some of that stuff. Well, that's cool. For print history, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I always used, when I was printing heavily, I would always just run everything through the standalone version of NetFab and do the repair, their more extensive repair scripts. Just to be thorough. Oh, okay, you started with Prusa Slicer. Ugh, I should have used hobby grade toothpicks. My toothpick broke. Okay. So we're gonna do, I think, this one first. Or do I want to do that one first? Get my gloves back on. I've kind of reached the point with this where I'm wearing cotton gloves because the paint is quite fragile in terms of the black chrome. It really picks up fingerprints easily. So I think we'll glue this bit first. I have to make sure not to put pressure on these pieces. They snap off just if you look at them funny. So let's get this going here. Of course, there's nowhere good to hold it. Don't break, don't break, don't break. There. It's pretty decent. A little bit of ooze. Lychee has a really active Discord, which is, yeah, okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get into that then. You know, with you know, Fitch and Foo's Patreon, I have so much to print now, so many cool things. He was saying the other day, too, that he's thinking of doing some more collab with Ian McHugh, doing some digital assets with Ian McHugh, which is like the Waldo and the Remora, you know, the flying ships, which would be just so cool. Got that in there. I should be able to do this too. That's probably too much. Okay. That's that side started. Just leave that to dry. I just keep my epoxy around, and so I kind of know what the state of the actual glue joint is, right? Like I know when that's starting to get hard, then my so is my actual joints. So we'll get that. We'll get this little tiny thing glued in, and we'll go from there. We'll get that glued in, and then I think I'm just gonna maybe have a quick look at the three resin conversion kits that I have available, because I need to start thinking about what's coming after this guy. Yeah, so only thing we've printed were some of the knickknacks from his dock kit that I sized down to do. Yeah, right on. Get that done. Yeah, the Walker tank looks pretty sweet. Especially that you can put on any, he's done it so you can put on any tank head, eh? Any tank turret. It's definitely pretty similar in spirit to the Rook as well, right? I wonder how many Patreons he's up to. Has he hit 100? I wonder. $97. He's close. Yeah, this is the one I want to. I'm gonna do for that figure. I'm gonna print it in 1/6 because he's got it optimized for that, which is nice. It'll have lots of details. The Goblin was pretty cool too. I've kind of been nudging him a little bit to release his stuff with, or now that he has 3D printers, to release his stuff pre-supported. Oops. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. Secret kit. Was it this one? Yeah, this guy here. He needs to do a little more work on it, but yeah, it's looking good. What I'm wondering is if it's going to be, if he's going to sculpt it such that it's really posable, like if he's going to have, proper pistons and settable pistons, settable hydraulics. I mean, it looks like he is, which would be cool. Yeah, when I was kind of consulting with him about when he was first setting up his Patreon, because I had just kind of stopped my printing business with all of the D&D and tabletop minis that I was printing for people, and a lot of so I was kind of just saying, hey, so I know a little bit about this because I've a licensed printer for a whole bunch of people, and so I just kind of gave him an idea as to what sort of tiers and what sort of things people offered their Patreons and their supporters. And one of the things I mentioned was pre-supported. Maybe like a $20 tier for pre-supported parts. I don't think he'll do it though, unfortunately. I didn't realize that he was very much a neophyte with respect to 3D printing. I mean, it makes sense. All the stuff that he's mastered for his resin kits are that it's all done with like styrene sheet and just kit bashing them together. The Jasper, this is the one that this whole series is the one that I'm interested in doing. I have all the metal ball joints and things that I did go ahead and order them. He had that post way back at the beginning of, go and order this stuff from AliExpress because it takes a while to get. And I did do all that. So, yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, I think that's glue is pretty much set. Yeah, I mean, pre-support would be nice, but then like what scale does he do it in, right? Because the pre-support's for, you can't really scale pre-support. All right, let's make a little space here. So I'd like to do a resin conversion for my next project. And I have three options. One of them is the Banshee Norn kit, which converts the Verka Unicorn Banshee into that. Yeah, I mean, he kind of has people from all walks of life, hey? I mean, with Michael's stuff, I mainly do 135th, but like if I look at all the kits that I've done of his, like the submarine and the Remora and the Waldo, they've all been in 135th. But then I am doing that motorcycle in 1/6, right? So I got this one recently. Nice casting, good quality, some clear parts that aren't yellowed or anything, which is nice. So I mean, this one's an option. Pretty decent instructions, some pretty cool decals. And the instructions actually aren't half bad. I really don't need these. You got your parts lists, and then some basic instructions of which parts go where. This is the Japanese for crotch, I learned today. And there's one instruction book for the body, and then another whole one for the weapon backpack. With some edits to the original Gunpla instructions, which is nice. Yeah, this one's really surprisingly. There's even tells you where to put the decals, and I'm actually a little surprised at that one because it's like this is a lot of manual for a resin conversion. Usually resin conversions you get garbage manuals. It's funny. This is a really funny resin kit because it's like there's a perfect grade Banshee Norn, which I think is around $400, $400. Or alternatively, you can buy the Verka regular unicorn and get the resin kit to upgrade it, do a shit ton more work, and also end up with a slightly smaller Norn than the perfect grade. Which is the circuitous route that I took. Then the other option is this guy here. This is the one I'm kind of more leaning towards, which is the Fortune Meow Studios. Best name ever. This is the Double Zeta. This is the double Zeta. Sorry, I was drawing a blank there for a minute. Which is actually also pretty nicely documented. Parts lists, where they go on the pieces. I don't see any Lego, which is nice too. Don't need to cut stuff. Comes with some photo etch, which is kind of cool. And I really like the double Zeta. Like that's pretty hot. Colors. I think these are Gaia Notes colors though. What's in here? Oh yeah, okay, so photo etch, which is really nice. I mean, that's really nice to get that. You don't often see the photo etch. It's a nice sort of generic decal sheet. Postcard. So some fun stuff there. So there's that guy. I've heard too that the actual the double Zeta is a fun build as well. Yeah, so like, you know, that to that. Like all these kneecaps and things, so slick. So there's that, but then I also have Model Bingo. Dual blue. But these are all the instructions. And there is some wacky shit that you need to do in this one, this bit here, that I know is poorly documented. So this is like a piece of Lego, one of those Lego hinges. ABS plastic Lego hinge that I think you need to cut between the red and the yellow. And it locks in to give you some extra articulation. So there's a couple little weird pieces where, and there's some magnets and things that that might look kind of frustrating. But I do like the look of him too, though. But yeah, I think you're right. I think I'll probably go with the Zeta. Crimson Daggerfall, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. How are you this evening? Hope you're well. Just sort of wrapping things up here, thinking about what to do next. Been working on a 5-star series. I can show you a 5-star series Machine Messiah AUGE. Which I can just give you a little view of here before you head. So this is it here. And this evening we've been working on the veil armor system that goes on the sides. Like so. Just grab a piece of paper to put behind it so you can see it a bit better. That's kind of the overall outline. So this is the arm here. It's got a sword that he's holding. And then the other arm, which we're also working on over here, goes in on this side. Yeah, getting really close, you're right. And then, so this is about a 200-piece resin kit that we've been sanded, cleaned, prepped, painted, and now we're just doing the assembly now, which is the fun part, at least for me. And then I can give you a close-up here of the model itself, of the torso. It's a dust magnet, so I'll just give it a little brush off first here. So that's the top there. It's painted in Alclad black chrome, Alclad gold, Alclad candy apple red. Really, those are the only three. Well, actually, that's not true. There's a little bit of red, red dot bits on some of the armor. Oh yeah, you might not have seen that drift, but yeah, I did fix it. I did end up. I just had to mask really carefully around all the parts, but it came out fine. And he's epoxied on there good now. And the little crack that I got in it right here is pretty much gone completely. But yeah, that's on there. That's on there good now. Yeah, so I'll probably end up using the I'll probably end up doing the what is it? The double Zeta next. But yeah, really happy with this. It looks great. Before I glue the arms on, I need to finish the base. I need to get a nice enamel sheen painted base going for it. So yeah, I wish I was in Alabama right now. Why is that, Crimson? Right. Yeah, you know what, Drift? I'm going to shut it down too. not going to be raiding anyone. I have an early day tomorrow as well, and yeah. Thanks for all of the great conversation as usual, and hope you have yourself a lovely rest of the week. Let's play this one more time here. Hang on.
Drift is connected to chat at 56k baud.
Love it. Awesome. I make myself laugh. That's so lame. Anyway, yeah, it's been a fun night, and got quite a bit done there. I'm happy about that, and yeah. Thanks for the company. So I think I'm going to end this right here. I'll be back again on Friday. And have yourself a great week. See you later, everybody. Good night. Good night, Drift.